And we are live. Welcome everybody to week 9 of the Gaming Roundup. Today, I'm here with my esteemed colleague Keith. Hello, Keith.
Esteemed colleague. Okay, what do you want? that was too polite. I don't know what's going on there. Hi everybody. My brain's not working now. I'm scared.
I knew I'd catch you off guard, to be honest. Okay, right. On today's roundup, we are going to talk about some Valve news. HTC are cooperating with Valve on a Half-Life VR. Valve admit they actually don't know what's going on with Half-Life either. Valve reveals Source 2 engine, Steam Link and Steam Machine's release date, but there is no Half-Life 3. Sony, Microsoft and Nintendo are collaborating to stop DDoS attacks. And Microsoft are planning a new hardcore Xbox One controller. Project Morpheus is out in 2016 and will run at 120 FPS. HBO is blocked by Comcast on the PS4, and Overwatch Beta is coming this fall, and there is 2 new heroes revealed. So, Keith.
Yes.
Let's kick this off. Let's start off with the virtual reality.
So yeah, I've been reading this story, and I'm not entirely. So, are we saying they're going to make Half-Life 2 a VR game?
It seems it might be compatible.
That could be quite cool.
Yes. Yes, it could. Right, there we go. I'm just sharing my screen now. Right, so you should be able to see here that they are cooperating with Valve. And what we know is HTC is making Valve's virtual reality unit. That's what we know.
Okay. But there's been a lot of umming and ahhing about Half-Life anyway this week, so it's all part and parcel of the same thing, isn't it? Is there going to be a Half-Life 3? Isn't there going to be a Half-Life 3? But I have to say, I like the idea of Half-Life 2 with a virtual reality set. That could be quite cool. Because I did like Half-Life 2.
Yeah, and apparently, with Source 2 coming out, I'm expecting maybe this virtual reality unit to be working with Source 2. And who knows what Source 2 is going to bring? Half-Life 3, perhaps? Or maybe they're going to expand on Half-Life 1 episode, whatever.
It was Half-Life 2 that did the episodes, wasn't it? It wasn't 1.
Yes, sorry, Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Half-Life 2 episode 1 and then episode 2, wasn't it, as expansions?
Something like that.
Yeah, something. Yeah, so maybe, I don't know, they're going to do a Source 2 engine to make an expansion to that. Or let's all hope.
How long? I mean, it's been a long time since Half-Life 2 came out. I mean, it's years ago now, isn't it? I mean, I remember playing it, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very long time ago. Actually, a very, very long time ago.
But I do like the idea. I'm still not sure I'll ever end up getting one of these VR headsets. But if it's like if one of your mates gets it, I'd love to go and play.
Yeah, one thing I know about this virtual reality headset that HTC are making, actually you can stand up and use it. And what it does is, if you walk around the room with this headset on your head, basically what it does is it will tell you if you're getting near to a wall, for example. It will bring up little cubes in the screen to let you know actually you're getting very close to a wall here, mate. You might want to stop. And if you put your hand out, there is a wall there. So you could walk around the room. How clever this thing is, who knows? But it's a good premise, because the one from Facebook.
Yes.
The Oculus Rift.
Yes.
That's purely a sit-down thing.
We're going to talk about Project Morpheus later. And that's going to be bloody expensive, even though it does look really cool.
Does look cool.
I don't know. I have to admit, I'd like to play some Half-Life 2 with a VR headset. That would be quite cool. That would be. So that's good news. But I just want to know what the hell's going on with Half-Life 3. I think this woman dropped the bird and then got told, "Oi, you, shut up. You know, and don't mention it. Don't mention it. We haven't announced it, kind of thing."
Yeah.
And then next week or at E3 we might see, oh look, Half-Life 3.
Yeah. All she said was, "We are cooperating with Half-Life," and since then it's been like, yeah, you're doing Half-Life 3, aren't you? You can't be making this work with old stuff. It's got to be Half-Life 3. That's what everyone wants. And if that's what everyone wants, it's got to be it. It's got to be. But who knows? Right.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely on the ball there.
So this moves us straight on to our next one. Let me share the screen here. So Valve actually don't know what's going on with Half-Life either.
Now, do we think somebody's telling Porky Pies?
I think they're probably desperately trying to keep this under wraps, because they've released, like we spoke, Source 2 engine, and I think they're actually letting people use the Source 2 engine, which we know, if you do decide to use Source 2 engine, you've got to sell your stuff through Steam, which they take a 30% profit on. 30% cut on Valve take. Do we think they're doing it? I think they might be. I sincerely hope they are. But yeah, if you read in this story, they're saying we don't know, means it's quite possible.
I think. I mean, how can you not know what's going on with Half-Life? You're a goddamn developer.
Exactly.
So I don't buy that for 1 second. And you're going to be nuts. I mean, if everybody if they're going to announce the Half-Life 3, the gaming world's going to go nuts. It's not like this game isn't going to sell.
Yeah, I reckon they'll probably be able to sell it for a reasonable price as well on Steam. They'll probably be able to, and it'll be ginormous.
I think we need to get Half-Life 3 as soon as possible, because it's not like we haven't been waiting for it for fucking years.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I think we need to. I think we need this game in our lives. It's been far too long.
Yes.
I've grown up and shit since.
Yes, I know. Seriously, I must have been in my very early 20s. I think Half-Life 2 came out, if not still before that. I remember playing it on a really old PC with a dial-up modem, so it's got to be a while back. I think I had a 3DFX Voodoo card in my PC when Half-Life 2 came out. Now that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was a Voodoo 3000. It was like 100 and something quid, which was really expensive back then for a graphics card. I mean, these days you pay 800 quid alone on a graphics card. But, it's madness.
Yeah. So
go on.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was going to say the next story is all about the Source 2 engine anyway, so it's all part and parcel of the same thing. I have to admit I don't know a lot about the Source 2 engine. So Nigel, do you want to sort of really?
I don't know too much about this Source engine either, but I think it's a new engine, because Source has been around for a while, since Counter-Strike 1.6, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yes, didn't that come out with Half-Life?
Yeah, Half-Life 2.
Yeah, I remember playing Counter-Strike over a bloody dial-up modem with Gareth.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been around for a while, so they must have been developing Source 2 engine for quite a while. And like I mentioned just before, it's going to be actually free to use for developers.
That's pretty cool.
Which is, I think, seeing this, you've got Steam machines coming out. So it makes sense for them to give Source 2 engine free to developers so that people will develop for the Steam machine.
Yeah, give it to indie developers and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, great idea.
It's just what I mentioned earlier, the on all sales, within Steam, there's a 30%, fee.
Oh, is it on iTunes style 30%? Is it?
I think it's 30%. So they get a 30% cut. So yes, so what they said is we'll be making Source 2 available for free to content developers. This, combined with recent announcements by Epic and Unity, will help continue PC dominance as the premier content authoring platform. So, there you go. Yeah. There you go. A free engine.
I still think that this is developed with Half-Life 3 in mind. It's got to be.
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of time before it gets announced. So, and I mean, are Steam machines finally going to come out? Because it's not. They have been delayed for a very long time.
They say November in this article. November.
Good.
Steam machines are due to go on sale in November.
This could be good. Some of them are really interesting. I've seen some of them, and some of them look really cool.
Yeah, there is a huge variety of them. It's just like having a little PC, really, but a smaller version of it, I guess.
But the controller's the same, isn't it? They develop the controller, and the controller stays the same, but it's just dependent on what type of machine that you buy.
Yes.
Look at me. I'm knowledgeable.
Look at that. You know some shit. So, and there's also the Steam Link as well, coming out at the same time as a Steam controller.
And what's the Steam Link, Nige?
Now, I think it allows you to stream from your PC to a TV.
Oh, just like
similar to the Sony PlayStation TV.
Yeah, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you could use your beast of a computer and plug this thing into your TV, I guess. I don't quite know how it works, but you just plug it in and you can play downstairs. Brilliant. PC's upstairs, Wi-Fi'd up, through the Steam Link into your TV, whatever 50-inch, whatever you've got downstairs, and
you might rephrase that slightly. Sorry.
I don't think I will.
2 fingers and you feel epic.
You can take that anywhere you like.
50-inch or
Maybe
whatever
not
you've
50.
got. 50-inch or whatever you've got downstairs. If you got a 50-inch downstairs, you are a lucky man. Or an unlucky man, I'm not sure.
It's a bit daunting, really.
I think we should move on quickly.
Before we really drag this down the hole. Right. So this will move us on to our next story. So
Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo are basically doing some kind of superhero team-up to combat the Scrotum Squad. Their evil arch nemesis. Basically. Absolutely. Okay, so that's how I like to perceive it. What's actually happening is Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo are getting together to stop DOS attacks. Good luck with that one.
Yeah, these guys. It's like having an Avengers movie, isn't it? The big ones joining together.
It's kind of like a superhero team up, isn't it? I'm not,
However, I have a slight niggle with this. Why the fuck is Nintendo collaborating? Who gives a fuck? Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but who plays Nintendo games online?
I have to admit, I used to play Mario Kart a lot online when my housemate was out.
I used to play
just to keep up my skills, so that every time he came back, I would thrash him, which never happened. No. We used to be about as good as each other. But I used to play Mario Kart on the Wii online a lot.
Yeah, so did I, until they decided to stop support.
Yeah,
games on the Wii. And that really got on my goat because I didn't want to upgrade, and they basically forced you to. If you want to play with your mates on a Wii, you are forced to now change your console
to a Wii U.
That is not right. In my eyes, that's not right. That is.
But the Wii has had a long shelf life.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
so, I mean, how long do you carry on supporting it? I mean, yeah, the trouble is the Wii U is almost exactly the same, so I can see, in this instance, I can see your point. But anyway, we're digressing, Nigel. We should really talk about this story. So, yes, basically they're teaming up to stop the DOS attacks. Bit like what happened over the Christmas period from that there Scrotum Squad. We don't call them by their proper name because we despise them.
Yes, we do.
If you want to know who we're talking about and you don't know who we're referring to, go back and listen to one of our roundups over the Christmas period. I think we mentioned them by name once, and it's with a distaste in the mouth.
And thereafter they were hence called the Scrotum Squad. So
yes.
I think it's good that they're all discussing it together, try and figure out ways to fix their shit so it can't happen so often in the future.
They kind of need to, don't they? I mean, you know, the fact that a couple of fucking little shits in their bedroom managed to take down PSN and Xbox Live over the Christmas period was not good in the first place. So, you know, that we're talking together to sort this shit out. It should have never happened in the first place. But okay, good for you that you're talking now. Good for you. You know.
Yeah. And this article kind of reaffirms what we said at the time. There's no easy defense against DDoS, as they're not really hacking.
Yes, this is true.
Stolen or accessed, and simply involves overloading a server with requests. So this is the most basic of basic forms of hacking. Yet, look how effective it was.
Yes, I mean, they need to put some I mean, it is difficult sometimes, but it's not entirely out of the realms of impossibility.
Yeah.
So, and people are becoming more and more, you know, clued in on how to do this. But at the same time, you know, ISPs should be doing a lot to detect where these are coming from and reporting their users to the, you know, authorities, because it's a crime, and it should be a crime. It's just, I just don't understand why people do it. You know, it's anyway. Okay, no, that's not entirely true. I do understand why some people do it. If there, as I've said before, if there's a cause, a bit like, you know, Anonymous, then in some cases I kind of understand it. But again, taking down Sony and Xbox over Christmas, I never understood. I just still to this day don't get it. I just think it was little shits being little shits.
It's being a cock for the sake of being a cock.
There you go.
I can do this because I can piss people off, and I know it will piss people off, so I shall do it. And that, unfortunately, is quite the mindset nowadays. But people like Anonymous, like you say, they have an agenda, like, you know, trying to curb corporate greed or oust somebody who's done something shit to somebody else. I don't know. You know, they seem to have an agenda, and they'll come out and say, we will do this because of this reason. You need to, if you don't want us to do this, you need to. It's almost blackmail in a way,
yeah.
But there is an agenda, and sometimes it's a, you know, for a good cause ish.
I'm quite happy the way we first reported the story. I think we should just look at it like that.
Yeah.
You know,
and
the big three are superhero team up to combat the evil Scrotum Squad.
They are. So that is what is happening with Microsoft, Sony, and that other small company, Nintendo.
Oi! Stop dissing on Nintendo. Come on.
I'm still bitter about them doing that shit, man. Right. So our
Meanwhile, in the gaming face punch cave.
Quick to the gaming face punch cave.
Right. Yes, we should move on.
I'll be Batman. You can be Slobbin.
Oh, that was quick. I'll give you that. Anyway, so meanwhile, Microsoft are planning a hardcore Xbox One controller. Now, they did this with the Xbox 360. It was like a silver one, and you could put out the analog things and do clever shit with the analog things, because my housemate had it. When they say a hardcore controller this time round, are they just going to make a silver one and have a few clever little bits on the pad like they did with the 360? Is that pretty much what they're doing?
Well, they've not actually been too clear on it. Basically, what they're saying is they're designing a alternative controller which is more suited to shooter games and racing games. So apparently, there was a big fuss that was made around the Xbox One controller when it was first released.
That's 'cause it feels cheap.
Yeah, and they said it featured 40 improvements over the Xbox 360 joypad. Now, I am reading straight off the article here, you may notice, but hey, it gives a lot of information. So, what they're saying is, why? Why do you need a separate controller? Surely
Because I think sorry to interrupt, but I think the I mean, have you ever actually felt an Xbox One controller?
maybe once or twice, yeah.
They feel cheap. I mean, you know, the 360 controller feels more meaty than the One controller. Although I quite like the layout of the One controller, it just feels cheap and nasty, in my opinion. So they need to do something to make it feel a bit more premium, because I mean, the PS4 controller just feels more premium in your hands. I just still don't get what they mean by hardcore. I mean, you know, as I said, the last time they did do this with the 360. They did have something. I can't remember what they called it. It was either it was something, because it was silver, and you could turn the analog. No, it wasn't. It was the digital controller. You could turn that round, and it would do something else and make it more sensitive or something. So, it's not unprecedented. They have done it before, but I'm just wondering what precisely they mean. Are they basically releasing a 360 controller for the Xbox One?
It does sound like that.
That's what the story certainly sounds like.
It really does sound like that. I mean, at the moment, you can get gaming controllers from Razer and Scuff Gaming, which are quite a lot more hardy, you know, and they're good companies as well. Not this these cheapo games. Like if you go to Game, or probably I think of an American one, GameStop or something, and they'll have a own brand controller which is a lot cheaper than the named brand, like Xbox or Sony, and they're much cheaper and they don't last as long. They're really cheap plastic and stuff. But Razer and Scuff Gaming, they seem to make really good quality controllers, and I think if Microsoft do this right, their quality of controller could be on par or better than those two. So they sort of people go, right, I'm going to stick with the Xbox One hardcore controller, because I know it's going to work and it should last a lot longer.
I'm just wondering what they're going to do with it, because the article isn't clear about what they meant by hardcore. So I'm just going on. I would like that it feels more premium, as I said, but I've got, you know, the way the article's talking, it might just be that they just release a 360 controller and, you know, and call it a hardcore one just to please the hardcore gamers.
Well, whatever it's going to be,
it's going to be hardcore.
It's going to be hard, and it'll be cool. It will probably be released or actually announced at E3 in June. So.
Of course it will. Everything that we're speculating about is going to be an E3 fucking announcement, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. We're actually motoring through these stories right now, which is I quite like. Keeping the pace up.
So we're talking about Sony's Project Morpheus. I love the fucking look of this thing. It just does look so cool. I mean, I have to just digressing slightly. I have this theory, ladies and gentlemen, that anything that lights up blue, no matter how inanimate it might be, is cool. So if you have, say, an electric toothbrush and it's got a blue light on it, it's cool. If you've got a kettle and it lights up blue, it's cool. And this thing lights up blue and it looks fucking sweet. It really does. I don't know what I don't care what it does. It just looks cool.
It does, actually. I really like the look of that. It also looks quite comfortable to wear. Looking at that, much more comfortable than what the Oculus Rift looks like.
Yeah. Sony have been pretty good with their accessories for comfortable to wear. I mean, these things that I'm wearing now, these are Sony's gold headphones that they released for the PS4, and they are really comfortable. I took these on the plane and had these plugged in as my aircraft ones. These were far more comfortable than the bloody things you get on the airplane, and they're really cool. So I mean, I use them for this now because they're just so comfortable to wear. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that this thing will be equally as comfortable. Sony are pretty hot on that.
Yeah.
I know I've slightly digressed. What was the exact story about this? It's coming out. They've announced it. It's coming out in 2016, haven't they?
Yes, and it will run at 120 FPS. Now compare that with the HTC from Valve, Valve one.
Yeah.
That will run at 90 Hertz refresh, and this will have a refresh of 120 Hertz. So hopefully you won't get the seasick feeling when you've got this sort of thing on.
That's a good thing. And didn't they announce a price somewhere?
Price? I didn't see that.
I know, it might be speculation. I did read somewhere this week they were talking about something between 600 and 800 quid, which is well over $1,000. So I might have read that wrong, but I don't think it's going to be cheap. It looks too sweet to be. It does not look cheap.
It looks far too premium.
Yes, it does. It does. It looks more than the PS4.
Do you know what? That'll be crazy if this Project Morpheus headset.
Oh, I think it will do.
More expensive than the console.
I think it will be. It just looks too damn premium to cost less than the PS4.
Yes. There are massive questions over how much this thing's going to cost. Nobody knows, but who?
I mean, the fact that they've got it running at 120 hertz, that's pretty cool. OLED screen, which is going to be nice, and it's going to be 1080p, so that's going to be pretty cool. I wonder what Blu-rays will look like on this. Do you reckon you can get like the IMAX effect if you watch a Blu-ray on it? Because I've heard some of these VR headsets can, double as a great big sort of IMAX style screen. So if you happen to be watching the Blu-ray of, say, Dark Knight, which is like IMAX shot film, that could be pretty sweet.
Do you know what? Yeah, I agree with you. I wonder if it is.
I read somewhere, but I did read somewhere about that they were going to be able to do movies on this thing.
Yeah, do you know? Because it's going to be linked with PS4, right? And PS4 is Blu-ray. So why would you not have the option to stick this on, stick some headset on, and sit and watch a movie with your Morpheus on your face? Not the guy from Matrix. That would be a bit weird.
Do you want to take the blue pill or the red pill?
Come at me, bro.
Let's see how far the rabbit hole goes.
Oh dear. We've descended far too far into this rabbit hole.
See, look. Why the cat's away? The mice will play.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're digressing too much and just dicking about. I apologise. It's not an episode of Top Gear.
No, it's not. So what I did know on this article, it actually mentions that the Morpheus has a special strap that balances the weight of the visor across your forehead onto the back of the skull, so it doesn't keep dragging down.
That's a good thing.
So you've got the weight on the rear of your head as well, so it'll keep it balanced in the middle, so you can't constantly feel it pushing down on your nose, I guess.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, so they've really thought about this, and do you know what? With having the Oculus Rift, the HTC Valve combo, and Morpheus coming out, that's good competition. Three big boys there. That's good competition.
I do think the Morpheus looks the coolest out of all of them by a bloody long way.
It does, and really, the two that are in competition really are going to be the HTC Valve and Oculus, because they'll run on PC, and Morpheus is purely PS4, isn't it? So really the PlayStation 1 is on its own, and those two, they're going to be going to head to head. So the Oculus and the
VR.
Valve's Vive, I think it's called Vive, are going to be in head-to-head competition. So hopefully,
I don't know. I think Oculus could win out because everybody has heard of Oculus.
Everyone's heard of Oculus.
Their marketing department's pretty bloody clever.
It's Facebook, for God's sake. As soon as it's released, it'll be all over Facebook, literally every single post.
Yeah, but Oculus have been clever in the way, a lot of people have heard of Oculus Rift. And I saw them using the Oculus Rift the other day to control the new Parrot drone. You can link an Oculus Rift into this controller and fly this drone through an Oculus Rift. It's fucking sweet. I love drones. I've got one of the old Parrot AR 2.0 ones, and they're awesome fun. They really are great fun. But now, of course, you're not going to be able to fly them anywhere because everybody's bothered about privacy.
Oh, darn.
Do you know what I used to do? I just wanted to see what my house would look like from the air. That was what I was interested in. I wasn't interested in doing any real flying shit. I was just interested in flying the fucking thing around. I used to take it down the river a lot because I'm just obsessed with anything that flies. So I loved it. But yeah, anyway. So that's another story again. We're digressing again. I mean, we
We are. So, right, okay. There is another story here, Keith.
Yeah.
PS4 and HBO.
See, now I'm on the fence a bit on this because I don't quite get it. From what I understand, because I read the story and I'm like, what's Comcast? Because I apologise to our American brothers and sisters, but I wasn't sure what Comcast were, and then I went and read on their site. They're kind of like Virgin Media. They're the US's, I think, biggest cable company, and they're about to buy the second biggest cable company in the States. And I don't understand what they're doing blocking streaming apps, because I think we've talked about this before. Can you imagine if Virgin Media suddenly announced, oh, sorry people, we're going to block Netflix on your PS4, we're going to block Netflix on your smart TV? There'd be a fucking massive uproar. So I'm not entirely sure why people aren't shouting and screaming at the ISP going, what the fuck are you doing? Because I tell you, if any ISP here stopped me from streaming something off the iPlayer on Netflix, for instance, I'd bin them straight away. I'd be like, fuck off, and go and find somebody else.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't get it. It's like these bloody ISPs for years have known that this is coming. That streaming is going to become more and more and more prevalent as it goes on. I mean, iTunes has been around for so long now, and everybody knew what iTunes was going to become, and everybody knew that iTunes was going to start doing movies, and of course there were going to be competitors, and then there was going to be streaming. I mean, the iPlayer's been around for near enough 10 years. I mean, what? Why are you blocking it? I don't understand.
I can't say. Right, there is a small explanation. Sorry, our businessmen got to call their businessman and conduct the business first. So it sounds like they haven't bothered talking to each other.
Yeah, but why? Why are you even talking to them? Why? It's a streaming app.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Why do you need to either? Well, yeah, sure, you need to ask for the permission to have the HBO app on the PS4 and the PS3.
Well, that's
surely
Sony's problem.
Yeah.
But the actual isn't all Comcast doing is providing the connection from A to B, and that's kind of their job. That's why they're an ISP.
Yeah. I don't think there's any business to discuss. It should be between HBO, who've made the app, and Sony to allow it on their console. And once they've said, yes, sure, you can have it on our consoles, it should just fucking work. Yeah, why has Comcast decided to prevent it?
It is. Am I right in saying, ladies and gentlemen, tweet me and tell me if I'm wrong here, but is it not just like Virgin Media getting involved in the same thing? Like, God, oh no, you're not having. It would be like them blocking fucking Sky, because I used to have Sky on the Xbox, because we've got Sky here. We've got Sky here, but we used to have Virgin Media broadband, then we swapped to BT because Virgin Media are a pile of crap. But that's neither here or there. It is like them just blocking that as well, isn't it? I mean, Comcast are a cable company as well, so there could be some sort of rivalry bullshit going on here as well. Maybe, I think. But again, it's still bullshit, because if you're an ISP, all you have to do is provide the connection from A to B. I don't get it. I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
I was reading for this for about 20 minutes before we think, because I'm thinking, well, what the fuck? You know, what's going on here? And I mean, Comcast are a cable company as well, so there could be some rivalry bullshit going there. But we just wouldn't stand for it here. We'd be taking to the bloody roads and screaming if we got our Netflix blocked. I certainly would be. I'd be knocking down the fucking door of the ISP going, what the fuck?
I've paid for this. Let me fucking use it. So apparently, just off the back of that, Comcast was last year voted worst company in America. So they're saying on this
they're
article
America's
here,
Virgin Media.
it's saying here, I wouldn't be surprised if their frustration helps Comcast win worst company in America voting for the second year in a row. Yes, I'm surprised that people.
I'm laughing only because of the nightmares that I've had with Virgin Media, and Gareth could probably regale you with several million stories of how much he hates Virgin Media. If you just look at his Facebook feed for like the last 5 years, fucking Virgin Media.
Yeah, I know, exactly that. Right.
You know, I once tweeted, God, it must have been about 3 or 4 years ago, Dear Virgin Media, and I didn't put at Virgin Media, I just put, Dear Virgin Media, you suck monkey balls. That was my tweet. And they actually fucking replied. I thought it was brilliant. They're listening. In that case, you know, I just launched into an almost troll-like torrent of abuse because I was so annoyed with them. Now I use BT broadband, BT Infinity. They're very good. Well, certainly are in our area. Yeah, I mean, I know people have had issues with them, but I've never had any real issues with them.
I use Sky, and to be honest, no problems.
It's the same thing.
They just use the same network. It's the same network. Right, okay. So, our last story of today. Keith, could you please read
Overwatch beta is coming this autumn or fall, and 2 new heroes were revealed. So, from what I understand, Overwatch is from Blizzard, the people behind World of Warcraft. And this is a first-person shooter. And I think this is what Destiny should have been.
Do you know what? I hope it is. I really hope it is. I haven't heard too much about Overwatch, but if it is an open-world FPS shooting game...
That's pretty much what it's meant to be.
Then, you know, you level up through your... You know, if they've taken what they've learned from World of Warcraft and they apply it to an FPS shooting game, which... is similar to, let's say, PlanetSide 2, persistent world, or, you know, and they apply what they learnt there, it could well be the meeting of the giant genres, an FPS MMORPG.
I'm glad you said that. That was you nearly slipped there, I think.
Almost. For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake, not another MMORPG. Right. Right.
I think it could be good. I mean, from what I've read about it, it certainly tickles my fancy a little bit. I'd love to get involved in the beta, but it probably won't ever happen because it's a closed beta. It's not public.
It is a closed beta, probably. And hey, if someone from Blizzard is listening, chuck us through.
Because we've done exclusives before.
Yeah.
Can't do it this week, but we did an exclusive, which we will talk about in the Shameless Plug, I think.
We will talk about that in the Shameless Plug. So, there you go, guys. We've stuck all these stories in the link in the description.
So you can read them and be more knowledgeable than us.
Yes, you can read them and get what you want out of them.
There is also in this story, they're talking about some characters that they've added and stuff to the beta of the game, but to be honest, you can read the story. Only because
there's a lot of detail on there, and there's actually a few videos on there on how to play different types of.
Have you watched any of these videos?
No.
I did. I watched some of them, and I am interested in it. Seriously, I would, joking aside, love to get a beta of it. I'd love to get involved in the beta because I have a sneaking suspicion this is what Destiny should have been.
Let's hope.
And,
Let's hope.
well, you have got the world's biggest, MMO producer behind this game. So in theory, if this isn't what it's meant to fucking be, there's no sodding hope. I mean, don't you agree? Not agree? No?
If I was listening to you, then I could either agree or agree or disagree. I was just checking something else. Sorry.
Oh, jeez. I'm saying that basically, if Blizzard can't pull this off, then there's no hope because they are the biggest MMO producer of, World of Warcraft is the biggest one out there, or was.
Yes.
If they can't take what they learned from that, as you said, and put this to that, and actually make a really good MMO FPS, we've got no hope. No hope at all. So yes, I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to investigate on how we get on this beta, see if we can't blag ourselves a few codes.
Yeah, give it a go. See what comes out of it.
Yes.
Never know. Right. Okay. It's time to shamelessly plug ourselves.
And we should shamelessly plug ourselves. Cue the music for podcast purposes. Right. Okay. Nigel. Plug the YouTube, and then talk about the exclusive.
Okay. So on if you're watching this, you're probably watching it on our YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe. You'll get more stuff. You'll get Let's Plays, Let's Play Badlies. I've got some, longer Let's Plays and stuff. Also got on there an exclusive of It Came From Space and 8 Brains, which we played the other day with one of the devs, who was kind enough to give us beta access, and we've done a video of it. So hopefully go check that out. You might like it. It's quite a fun game, to be honest, in co-op and in single player. So
it's really, really addictive. It's a really good game. But by the way, Nigel, what's your high score now?
It was 97 or something.
Fuck, I got 95 the other day. It's so damn addictive. I'm sort of like, I said, I'll play it in my break at work. Right? I'm playing it, and it's like, I'm so addicted to it. Before I even realised I'd been playing it for an hour and a half. But I did get 95 the other day on the hospital run.
What won't make you happy is I did that on my first and only try.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway, right. So also you have our gaming roundups on there, and anything else we decide to stick on there. So
Let's play Badlies.
Yes, mention those. Right. Okay. We've really got to keep going. So podcast quick.
Okay, we have 2 podcasts a week. We have the audio version of this, which comes out on a Monday at 10 o'clock, and we then have our Geek Corner, where we talk about all things geek, and that comes out on a Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's GMT time. You can find us on all good podcast directories, including Player FM, who we love, iTunes, and Stitcher, the app that's available on Android. And you can also listen to our podcast online at our own website, which is www.gamingfacepunch.com. So that's the podcast for you guys. We know that you're downloading quite a lot, and we love getting your comments and stuff. Which reminds me, we've got a Twitter, haven't we, Nigel? Plug the Twitter.
We have. Come and follow us at Twitter. Yeah? At Gaming Face Punch. Come and follow us. We follow us back. And we release notices on there when we go live on this gaming roundup, so you can watch us live, and also whenever a new video goes out on YouTube and when podcast gets released. So it's definitely worth a follow. And we also have a Facebook page, which you can go over to Facebook and just search for us, Gaming Face Punch, and you shall find us and you shall like us. Very unloved.
Yes, it is very unloved. But we did get 400. We've hit the 400 mark on Twitter, so you can come out of the closet for a couple of days, Nigel.
Cool. Right. And we have a website, www.gamingfacepunch.com. It's in the process of being updated, but it will be done in the future. So, have we missed anything?
I don't think so. I think we've covered everything. We are on all forms of social media. We have podcasts, and we have a YouTube.
Cool. So, We would very much like for you to go over to our YouTube channel, really, and go watch every video we have and like and comment on every single one of them. But that's probably not going to happen. But it'll be nice, and then subscribe.
Yes, if you like funny videos, check out the Let's Play Badlies and our recent, kind of play a multiplayer along of It Came from Space and Ate Your Brains.
Released today.
Okay,
so that leaves us just to say thank you, everybody, for watching this video and listening to it on a podcast if you've done it that way. And thank you for the one viewer who's been watching us this entire time as we were going live. Don't know who you are, but thank you. And we'll see you in the next one.
Anyway, say
goodbye, Keith.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nigel, bye.
Bye-bye.